what is ego? So that is very misunderstood topic. Here I am explaining about ego to simplify. But ego, according to Patanjali, is that the seer gets lost into reflection, like our own self and its reflection. We identify with reflection and we forget who we are.
I like that. That's put well.
Or we are supreme consciousness. We are consciousness, and we identify with the body. That is ego. We identify with the senses is ego. We identify with mind and emotions is ego. So we forget our original nature and we identify with what we are not. In Patanjali's word, Dhruga, Drushya, Ekatmata. Dhruga means observer and the see. Observer and observe.
So
Observer and observed become one. That is called ego.
hello.
Yes. And this is what is ego.
So if you're observing, you can't get caught up in ego. Now, you know how, like, whatever you're taking, you're doing an act of eating ice cream, making love, or whatever. So instead of the one person being there, there's two there. You're doing it and observing. If you're observing, you can't get caught up in ego, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
So, like you are eating ice cream, so you become enjoyer of the ice cream.
Right.
So, scenery is eating ice cream, and you are consciousness. Consciousness has nothing to do with outside world. So, observer gets lost into scenery. That is called ego.
I don't understand what you mean by scenery.
Okay.
I know what you mean by getting lost in the ice cream. You lose yourself.
Right.
That's one
so
thing.
we are consciousness. But when we eat ice cream, we identify ourselves with the body and the pleasure of eating. So that identification. So observer and subject and object, how is that? Subjects get involved with object and forget own nature as subject. For example, I am eating. In reality, I am observing. I is consciousness. Observing.
Right.
Mouth does the eating. So I is subject, mouth and body is the object. So I identify that I am eating instead of I am watching my mouth to eat. So why this happens? Because our constant association is with the body. We are constantly working with the body from childhood. So we get brainwashed, we get conditioned that we consider I'm the body. We forget we are consciousness. Same way with senses, with the mind, with emotion. We constantly associate, so we constantly build ego. Not only because from the childhood, but incarnation, infinite incarnations, we have programmed ourselves to believe I am the body, and that is ego. What is not ego, or how can you remove the ego? You remain as a witness and use your body as a means, as an instrument. Use your senses as instrument, use your mind as instrument, and you are only observer. Then you don't get caught into ego.
Let me ask you something, because I understand when I'm able to sit there and observe myself doing something instead of getting lost into doing something. So there's two people, we'll just say for now. I'm witnessing. So let's just go back to the ice cream. So I'm observing myself eat ice cream. Let's go back to the self-eating ice cream. When I'm eating the ice cream and I'm getting lost in the ice cream, am I the observer still? Or am I getting lost in the ice cream as one? Let's just say there's two people. Which one, when I'm getting lost in it and then really enjoying it, am I the observer or no?
Okay. So this is a very good point. So ideally, observer remains neutral. Pleasure, pain, gain, loss. Yes.
Right.
But one of the technique is, whatever you are doing, get totally involved So you lose yourself. So this technique also takes you to the place
Okay,
of dissolving
I
the
got you.
duality.
Okay, so
So
it's almost a sense of becoming the observer and getting lost,
Right.
but you're so deep into it,
Yes.
you're moving beyond ego? Is that move beyond ego, getting
Yes.
lost
Okay.
into it?
Subject and object, that is duality.
Right,
Subject is only thing, will be I am that I am. I am that I am
right,
is the reality. That I am that I am. Nothing is happening, I am only observing.
okay,
Duality is I and the world. Mind is duality. Say, I think is duality
right,
because I am thinking. Thinking produces another person. No thought can be produced without the mind.
right.
So if you dissolve all the thoughts, then you are non-dual, just being.
Right, right, and when you're just being, you've just moved beyond duality.
Right.
You're just,
But when you get involved into something totally engrossed, you forget who you are. Then you go back to original nature. So this technique can be used
okay.
as a meditation technique to go back to the source.
So the two kind of blend, the observer and the beer blend to getting lost, whatever,
Right.
within the moment.
Right. So one can practice this
Mhm.
by watching. Like I'm hungry, instead of saying I'm hungry, Shanti's stomach says it is hungry.
Right, right, right. Your body.
That is one Swami, he used to do that.
Right.
You know, say his name was Swami Ram or somebody, you know.
Mhm.
Swami Ram is hungry.
Right, right.
You
You
know?
talk, right,
Swami Ram is angry.
right.
Okay, things like that. So if you get in the
That's a
habit
good
of
idea, actually.
talking like that, so you can separate.
Right,
But we are so much engrossed. So ego is our consciousness gets stuck into identity with object. Subjects gets involved in the object is the ego. Almost everything is ego.
Mhm.
But from other standpoint, I explained how can we exist without ego, right?
Mhm.
So ego inevitable to function in the world, no matter how you do it.
Mhm.
So I'm explaining from three states: tamasic state, tamasic state, rajasic state, and sattvic state. Tamasic state is state of unconsciousness. You are not aware. You are happy because you are ignorant.
Mhm.
Somebody is homeless, doesn't have any money. They don't know what is happening. They're blissful. Animals are blissful. They eat.
Mhm.
They're blissful. They're not thinking. So this is the lower state, tamasic state.
Mhm.
And second state, you are aware. People are pushing me around. I want more money. I want power. So you come up and fight for yourself and get ahead in life. And this is what most people do. Make money, fame, power. That is Rajasic state, which is better than tamasic state. People say, oh, animals are blissful. I wish I was like them. That is going backward. Feeling blissful, that is bliss out of ignorance. Restlessness out of knowledge. And then sattvic state is, you have bliss again because of knowledge. You attained it and you are free.